Hey everybody, my name is Super G 2020 and today we are going to be going back to our Wednesday 1 tips. And this tip, I guess, is kind of like a general tip that is really helpful, and it's kind of one that you should be already using and kind of getting used to in pretty much all your video games. And that big tip is to use peripheral vision. And my number one reason for saying that is it allows you to, in this game, see if you're spotted, see if you're on radar, and also see where your enemies could possibly be at. And one of the really nice things about that is it allows you to get more kills, it allows you to not be killed as easily, and it's just a great thing to kind of have in your arsenal. And now it is a great thing to have because it also is just an easy thing to pick up. Especially if you play a lot of video games, you should already have a general sense of this tip in your kind of arsenal and everything. It should be a really nice thing to have. So yeah. So basically what I do is I typically only look at the very front of my screen unless I see something. Then I'll look around and everything. But usually I look. I just stay centered in my thing. I look exactly in the center of my crosshair. I look where my laser is, and I'm just going to be moving. And that allows me to do a lot of things. That allows me to, if I see an enemy right in front of me, I can just turn straight towards them and shoot, which is perfect. That's what you want, right? You want to be able to kill your enemies as fast as possible. Got one shot on that guy. But so you saw that I was looking up and I was able to shoot him because I saw him in my peripheral vision. And that's an awesome thing to have. And one of the other things that it allows me to do is if I'm in the middle of this massive firefight, I can see if I'm on radar. So I know that, hey, I should be on radar because I'm not using a suppressor or a suppressed weapon. So I should automatically know that. And if I am using a suppressed weapon, I should be able to see if I'm spotted. And then if I run and hide, I should be able to see that change to being hiding you on minimap or something like that. And then you'll know that you are going to be doing much more successful in that one piece, which is really awesome. Now, one of the problems with relying on your peripheral vision is you're not going to be ready necessarily. It'll get you to that point, but it won't necessarily have you perfectly lined up for the shot, ready. If you were just dead on, or if you were just basically looking at the guy. So peripheral vision is a strong thing to have, but also just looking at the guy or looking near the person is very helpful to have, because you can still see a majority of that person. And I really do like using my peripheral vision to look at my minimap. Now, not always. I do typically look straight at my minimap, especially when I'm going into a new area. I check to make sure that it's either A, safe, or if there is a guy, I go ahead and kill him, and then I run back out. And I usually am always looking at my minimap, either with my peripheral vision to see if something else is coming up, or I'm looking for straight at it to see if there is actually a person right out there. The guy scared the bejesus out of me. Oh, silent laughter. I know him. Yeah, so it's an interesting concept. We use it in our everyday lives, but the one thing that you can't tell with your peripheral vision is color, which won't allow you to see on your minimap who's good and who's bad, which is a major problem. Because you can see who's green and who's blue, or not blue, red. A kid. But so it really does help in that way, but it doesn't help with seeing color, with seeing all that stuff. So if you missed the where they say spotted on enemy, but then you notice the hiding you on minimap, you might be like, oh crap, I'm spotted, I need to run somewhere. Well, not necessarily. So just make sure that you know that. So you know, your peripheral vision can kind of trick you on some colors. It can make judgments, but it doesn't really define color or anything on that sort of scale. So just watch out for that. Sorry. I am trying to beast. There we go. But so, you know, it's a helpful thing to have. You know, like I said before, I have had this from several games, such as Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a great shooter to learn your skills. I don't recommend it for the long run, as, you know, it's not a great shooter. Many people hate it because there's too many little kids on it. I realize that this is kind of the same idea, but not really. I've known a lot of adults and a lot of teenagers that play this and that are really good, and that's why I like playing this game, is because I know that there's an audience that I can compete with in this game. Now, yes, there is definitely an audience in Call of Duty that would be really good, but I'm not really into that kind of level, that competition level. That's kind of like the next level, you know. You might mess around with friends, but it's not really what you want for a shooter to keep on coming back to. But so, you know, this game is a cool game to have that kind of competition in. But so getting back to the main topic on hand, peripheral vision, you know, you can pull it from other games, which is great. So I was able to pull it from Call of Duty, and I was able to apply that to Battlefield, to Skyrim, to all these other games. Now, and the other thing is you have to realize that your size of your television on your monitor, on your phone, or whatever, is going to allow you to have better peripheral vision or have a far worse peripheral vision for sensing your skills. Now, I personally use a 24-inch monitor, and that allows me to see basically on my screen. If I look too high, I can't really sense or look at the things at the bottom. I can kind of get a decent sense of them, but I can't really, you know, focus on them with my peripheral vision or do anything like that, which is kind of a problem, but this is actually still okay. But it's really, when I look at the top of my screen, I can't really see the bottom. If I look too far at the bottom, I cannot see the top. And that's the same thing for left and right. If I look too far left, I definitely can't see like half of the right. And if I look too far right, I can't see half the left. So you guys just got to keep that. And what also is nice about your your peripheral vision is you can see your score a heck of a lot easier. You know, you can just kind of focus on the bars of those lines. Now, sometimes they are very hard to tell. Sometimes, you know, it takes me a long time and definitely a few games to get my vision kind of warmed up, almost, in a sense, you know, like your skills. You know, you use it and you don't for the score. I personally usually don't, but I do know some people that use it for the score, that are actually quite good at detecting the score using the peripheral vision, which is awesome. So, you know, you can use it to more advanced abilities than most people have, but also you don't have to use them like that. So just keep that in mind. You know, you can really move this skill into whatever level you want or need. You know, if you're just a casual gamer, you probably don't need to be at the level that I'm at. I'm not at all, you know, I'm not at all competition level, but I am pretty good at this game. Yes, good. It's a new word that I invented. It's between good and great. Yep, it's all my original idea. Don't let anybody else tell you. But so basically, just keep that in mind, and you guys should do really, really well. Alright, so basically you guys just have to keep in mind that peripheral vision is your #1 friend in all video games, specifically in shooters and FPS. type style. Those are going to be really helpful, allow you to kind of hone out some movement in the background and do all that stuff. So make sure to be using that. That should really help you in not just Phantom Forces, but in all of your games. So the more you guys play into one of these games or one of the other games, you should be very good. Alright everybody, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Alright everybody, welcome back to the second part of this video, and we are just going to be doing general tips like normal. And let's see, so lately I've been using this SR something, I can't remember, but you know, it's one of those weapons that nobody uses for some odd reason, and I was kind of like, hey, you know what, I've seen this weapon, I used it for 5 kills, and let's go ahead and use it. So what I like to do when I've never used a weapon, or I barely used a weapon, I don't buy any attachments. No, you never want to do that, honestly. If you do that, if you are 100% sure that you can do those attachments, if you pick up somebody's weapon and you own with it and you never die and you get 60 million kills in one game, not possible, then I would believe you and I would say go ahead and buy those attachments. But otherwise, I'm going to say don't ever buy attachments for weapons, because that's gonna put you at such a big disadvantage, period. But so if you guys are playing and you guys are just using one weapon for a few games or for a few days or whatever, you should be pretty strong with that weapon. That's how I got really overpowered with the Remington and with the Colt LMG and what's the other LMG? The M60, the War Pig. That really helps, I've learned. It gives you the greatest advantage against your enemies by allowing you to have more experience with your gun than your enemy. Which is one thing that you definitely want when it comes to a firefight. You know, otherwise you're just going to die and die and die. Come on, there we go. Die. Okay. But so basically, you know, just keep that in mind as you guys are playing some games. Don't really necessarily buy attachments unless you are sure, 100% sure. Otherwise, it's just gonna screw you. Wow, we're already this far in. Did not think that we were this far in. Last time I checked the timer, it was the game time. It was at 9 minutes, so I went on a big rant. But so I hope you guys are liking these One Tip Wednesdays. I haven't done one in a few weeks, just because they take a little bit more time. You know, I have to think of some skills usually that are off the spot, but I haven't been able to play these games, and because today was the last day of school for me, woohoo, I just was kind of bored and I thought of this and I was like, let's do it, and here I am. So, you know, I personally wouldn't use this weapon, but it is an okay, not okay weapon. Does that make sense? It kind of makes sense, kind of doesn't. But so one of the awesome parts of this weapon is it can kill anyone at close range. Anyone. It's better at the L22 than at that type of thing, and it's really good at kind of any range as well. I can kill a person with one solid mag of 20 rounds, which is actually a decent ratio, and still have just enough bullets to kill 1 or 2 people. Now, one of the disadvantages with this weapon that I have found is that it doesn't allow for a lot of ammo pickup. I run out of ammo with this thing like crazy. Now, I'm not too sure what the gun actually shoots. I know that it picks up all carbine type ammo, which is very helpful, but it doesn't pick up any other ammo. And one thing for you guys, Style Studios, is that you guys need to figure out what ammo types go to which weapons, because I have been saying this for months that you guys need to get the correct ammo for the correct weapons, because it's driving me nuts when I know in other games that it picks it up because it's the correct ammo type, and you do not have that. It drives me nuts, like a coconut. So yeah, but that's really it for this episode. But I hope you guys are going to start watching my other things. So because it is summer, I do have to get a job, like I have been saying. Currently, I have not found one, but I am still looking. So I will be posting still same schedule, except for I'm adding Skyrim on Saturdays. That shouldn't really add too much stress or anything like that, but you know, and that really should be it. So we got a new kind of day to watch Skyrim, so I hope you guys watch that. I'm trying to push through that series. We're going to hopefully get this done within this year, I'm hoping. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. But I thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you guys are liking these little 2 parts. These are getting semi views, like they're getting about middle between my worst Phantom Forces videos and my best Phantom Forces videos. So let me know if you guys want me to continue the series, if you guys want me to make them into 1 part, if you guys want me to only film one or the other. Please let me know, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.